Then we left and we came back to, I think, my favorite performance of that day. And this is Table of Silence. Choreography and concept by Oloo, and on stage with Pretty Lodenyi, vocals by Rebi. I love that performance. One thing which I felt bad about when people were asking me, so Kisumu guys, you guys really perform like this. I wanted to fight someone. I was like, you're very lucky. You're very lucky today I'm practicing being Zen. I'd fight you, and we are up here. So meaning if I fight you, everyone will see us fighting. That's why I'm not fighting you. Lord, how do you ask, what do you think we do in Kisumu, right? What do you think we do there? Like, we are also artists like everyone else. Dad, look at me. What? Why is that such an insulting thing? The performance by Bran and Pretty was thought through, was amazing. Kisumu, we do a lot of choreography, and if you've noticed, if you'd have watched the first day and the second day of performance, you'd have noticed that this was also a performance that at least tried bringing a different art, which was the music singing by Rebi. Rebi was in absentia, but her music was the one that was used. Rebi is also an artist from Kisumu, so please. That performance in the way they use props. Now that's the wild thing. Do you know Vic was in the same dance crew with Pretty and Brian? So yeah, he was in the same dance crew. They really used, they had Table of Silence, and there was no time you doubted that table. Every choreographer will come back to that table. It's just the basics of having a prop. It's also the basics of having a costume and all that. Like, you don't abandon it unless there is a reason why. Like, because dance is a story, you have to tell us, why are you now abandoning this and picking this up? If you're going to leave the table, why are we leaving the table and now we're moving to a chair? Or why are we moving to the floor? Will we come back to the table? Is the story of the table done? How did we end the story of the table? That's how dance works. So I really love the way they reminded us. Yes.
I would also add hapo kile umesema inagusia a same technique that was also used in your arms with the percussion, leaving it, building an idea around it, and then leaving it, and then coming back to it and still using it progressively.
Very, like, you can't leave your prop, you can't. You have to tell us why you're abandoning it, and it has to be a very progressive idea that you told us maybe you're using that prop as the version of your oppressor, why you're moving away. Like, we have to see that in different moments and different choreographies and techniques. They're all that. So with me, that's what I loved, the way, even when they left the table, there was still the reference to that table. Like, when they moved away from the table, there was still the reference, and they keep coming back. And Table of Silence is also, I told you, Yawa has been doing a lot of mental health. It was also just tied to that, of everything that happens within that space, mental illness, mental health awareness, the silence that is just around everything. And I really wanted to have a conversation to see what inspired Oloo to develop his work to this. Because, Diana Gaia is also in the same dance group. So they're all like, yeah. So that I wanted to know what really got him to develop, like, every one of them developed a choreography out of hanging trees. Every one of them came out of hanging trees with something, right? I wanted to know why Table of Silence. And considering that he had two-word Table of Silence, I told you work that has been presented for a beat is what occupies that second segment, and they were occupying that second beat. So I wanted to know, like, he's toward it, what is making him now introduce even Pretty. I wanted to know why. It was amazing though. The way he incorporated Pretty was so amazing. You'd never know. You'd never know. And then this Table of Silence. What was most interesting about it was this was the first stage performance. All the performances that had were all online. This was the first stage performance of it, with a live audience and everything. And they handled that panic that comes with that very well. Their costumes were spot on. There was no match, like it was just costumes. And also they're my people, so most probably I'm gonna even be more biased than necessary. Yeah, definitely I'm gonna be. There will be a part of this that is very biased, but Pretty and Brian, for that day, that was my favorite performance. I really loved the work they developed out of, like, that collaboration, the chemistry they had with each other, that someone will fall exactly where they're expected to and be caught in the moments that are expected to be caught. Then what I was telling you, that you notice Kisumu really has a lot of, we do choreography, which is something Adam used, like even that time got there was, wow, you guys need to have choruses and all that. Like we do the choreography of move and beats and beats and beats. We do a lot of beat work. I don't know anyone who comes from someone who dance lyrical dance. We all dance with the beat. We don't, there is no lyrical work now. So yeah, there was that constantness and the way their energy never went down or at any point. There was that consistency with that energy. And you know, with dance, it can go up, but when it goes down unintentionally, we can see it because dance requires a lot of strength. Um, I wish they had more breathing moments in their choreography. That's something that I would have, like moments of staying. They didn't stay enough in their stage work in the way that I wanted them to. I wish they had more of that, like just staying in those moments. I really wish that because they had some powerful moments, but they were not staying. It was hit, go, hit, go, hit, go. Amazing to watch, but after some time, you wanna cling to them because we are running after them too. So I really wish they stayed, like moments of zen, stay and then move and then stay and then move and then stay. Yeah, I wish they had that, more of that. But
I think
anything else, they were
I
amazing.
remember I remember two of those moments. I think moja ilikuwa, and I've even shared a snippet of that clip. So if you're watching
Yeah.
this on IG within 24 hours, you might get it. Kwa YouTube, pole sana, isha disappear. But kulikuwa na hiyo moment because hiyo hata ikuwa mwisho ya the choreography, ili happen
Mm,
in between the choreography where walikuwa
mm,
wote kwa the table wakaland together wakastop with
mm.
the beat. The other one was when Brian, after some time within the choreography, alikuwa on top of the table and Pretty was
Yeah,
lying below, and both of them were lying. Then they
yeah.
stayed there for a bit, then wakaanza ku choreograph again. Yeah.
Yeah, I really wish there were more of those moments because it felt like, oh, we finally caught up with you. Okay, show us more. And then we finally caught up with you. Show us more. I really wish they had more of those moments. I didn't feel like they were enough. We needed more. Like, give us more. I want you to rest more. I want you to breathe more on stage because we want to move with you. But when you move too fast, we are still, because the concepts they handle are really heavy, so we're still moving. Then I love the way they used Rebi's song and Rebi's sound because Rebi is such a jazz sort of sound voice. Like it's jazz, it's reggae, but there is this sultriness in her voice that it's really beautiful with the choreography. And it was so amazing to see how they used it. They didn't waste it. They didn't waste it. I was happy about that they did not waste it. They didn't waste it at all.